So today we are going to learn about the basics of communication system. Basically, what is communication? Communication is a basic process of exchanging information. It refers to transfer of information from one point to another point. What do you mean by communication? It is nothing but exchanging of data, exchanging of information from one point to another point. You want to tell something, there is some means of talking, right? That is the means of communication. There may be this may be a television, which is a medium which transmits some information to the user, isn't it? Television, radio, newspaper. These are all the information sources of the communication. So let us see the block diagram of communication system. So basically I have drawn here the block diagram, which contains the first block is information source, which is given as an input to the transmitter section, which transmits the data to the communication channel. Communication channel is a medium which connects the transmitter and receiver together. You can see the noise source here. Whenever the signal is transmitting from the transmitter to the communication through the communication channel to the receiver, the noise is added to the channel. So basically at the input of the receiver, we get the transmitted signal output plus noise at the input of the receiver. Receiver's function is to recover the message signal and then give it to the destination. So the basic elements of communication system are the information source, secondly the transmitter, third one is the communication channel or a medium, fourth one is the noise, and the fifth one is the receiver. So let me come one by one. What do you mean by information source? The information source consists of speech. The way I am talking to you, this is what I am giving you some information, right? Through how? Speech. The way of means of communication. Watch which language I am talking. I am talking English, right? So that you can understand it. The information what I am trying to tell you, you can understand it through the means of speech. Then the next, maybe another example for information source is music, picture, that is video data, audio data, okay, etc. The information has to be transmitted from the transmitter to the receiver. The information is not in electrical form. The transducer converts the physical parameters into electrical form and then transmit the information. There is a device known as a transducer, which converts the physical parameters into electrical form that is compatible with the transmitter. Now let us look into the second element of the transmitter. The basic function of the transmitter is to convert the input signal to a suitable form for the transmission over the communication channel. Transmitter makes the signal compatible to transmit through the channel. Okay, it has an electronic circuit which is designed to convert the basic information into suitable form for the transmission, known as modulation. Let us look at the modulation in the next slide. Okay, so this is about the transmitter. What is the function of the transmitter? Transmitter makes the signal compatible so that it can transmit through the communication channel. Next element of the basic communication system is communication channel. What do you mean by a channel? A channel is a medium which connects the transmitter and receiver together. It may be a pair of wires such as telephone wires or the free space or optical fiber. Okay, these are the channel which connects the transmitter and receiver together. The term channel is often referred to the frequency range allocated to a particular service or a transmission. Next, noise. Let us look into the noise. What is noise, students? Noise is an unwanted signal which hinders the processing of the signal. It is an unwanted signal. When the signal is transmitting from the transmitter through the channel, at that time the noise signal is added. So transmitter output plus the noise is given as an input to the receiver. Okay, so noise is an unwanted energy that gets added to the message signal. Okay, it is random in nature and has a greatest effect when message signal is transferred. Okay, so the message signal, the information source is the message signal. The message signal is transmitted to the transmitter. Transmitter converts the message signal suitable for the transmission over the channel. At the channel the noise is getting added. So noise plus the transmitter output is given as an input to the receiver. Okay, next element is a receiver. Let us see what is a receiver. It processes the signal and makes an estimate of the actual message that is transmitter. Okay, so whatever the signal comes at the receiver, it reconstructs the message signal back. It estimates the message signal. The information source generates the message signal. The message signal is given as an input to the transmitter. The transmitter output is given as a to this transferred through this channel where noise is added, and then it is given to the receiver. The function of the receiver is to reconstruct back the original signal and then give it to the user destination. Okay, so this is about the block diagram of the communication system. So as I have explained in the previous slide, the basic elements of the communication system are as follows. Information source, I told you the information source gives a message signal. Message signal may be a video data, audio data, or a telephone signal, okay, audio signal, etc., which is given as an input to the transmitter. What is the transmitter input? The output of the information source is a transmitter input. What is the function of the transmitter? Transmitter converts the signal into the compatible form so that it can transmit through the channel. Okay, what is the communication channel? Communication channel is a medium which connects the transmitter and the receiver together. Noise is an unwanted signal which is added at the transmitter output when it is passing through the channel. Next, what is a receiver? Receiver's function is to reconstruct back the original signal, or it reconstructs the estimated version of the original signal. So next topic is the need for modulation. Before going for that, let us see what is modulation. The term modulation means alteration or a change or modification, something that you want to change, some parameter you want to change. In the communication, that is nothing but a meaning of the term modulation. It is the process where one of the properties of the periodic signal, one of the properties means the carrier wave. What is a carrier wave? Carrier wave is a high frequency wave, 10K, 20K, 30K, like that. Carrier wave is a high frequency wave. Now coming to the properties of the parameters like amplitude, phase or frequency is altered in accordance with the message signal. Okay, in modulation what we do is we try to alter the parameters such as amplitude, phase or frequency of the carrier signal. Carrier signal is a high frequency signal. Okay, so we try to change the parameters of the carrier signal with in accordance with the message signal. Now let us look into what are the advantages of the modulation. What are the advantages? Okay, why we go for modulation? Modulation helps to reduce height of the antenna. It helps to reduce the height of the antenna. Let us see through the help of the example. Minimum height required for the antenna is lambda by 4, where lambda is equal to C by F. C is what? C is light in vacuum, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 hertz. Okay. Let us choose a frequency F. F, that is carrier frequency. Let us choose it. So 3 kilohertz if we choose, we get an antenna height of 100 kilometers. Can you implement a antenna height of 100 kilometers? No, we cannot implement it. So it is unthinkable and unpracticable, right? So let us choose 1 megahertz frequency of the carrier. When we calculate the lambda height with the help of a carrier value as 1 megahertz, we get the lambda by 4 value as 300 meters. So 300 meters is a feasible solution to implement the height of the antenna. So when we try to alter the frequency of the carrier is a high frequency value, as I told you. When I take the value of the carrier as 1 megahertz, we get a height of 300 meters, which is practicable and feasible solution to implement the height of the. So next is the modulation increases the distance of communication. It increases the range of communication. Now, for example, if a signal is transferring to 10 kilometers, okay, with the help of the modulation, we can transfer the same signal to 100 kilometers with the help of the modulation process. It increases the distance traveling of the signal of communication. The radiation is very poor for low frequency transmission and the signal gets attenuated. A low frequency signal cannot travel longer distances. So if we alter the frequency of the signal with the help of the modulation, then the signal can travel longer distance. Next, the third one is it avoids the overlapping of the signals. Now if suppose there are several users operating the same frequency band, then overlapping will take place because many customers will be using the same frequency value, so overlapping will take place. So that overlapping should not take place means we should use the modulation guard bands. The guard bands are introduced so that the overlapping is avoided. The guard bands prevents the overlapping of the signals. Next, the last one is it reduces the effect of noise. The use of the modulation or the advantage of the modulation is it reduces the effect of noise. For low frequency carrier, the interference is very high. That is, the interference means the noise signal is very high and difficult to demodulate. Demodulate means to recover the message signal back of noise, and it becomes easier when the high frequency carrier is used, that time the effect of noises reduces and reconstruction of the signal becomes easier. So these are the few advantages of the modulation. The first one is it reduces the height of the antenna. The second one is to increase the distance of communication. And third one is to avoid the overlapping of the signals. If we use the modulation, guard bands are provided which prevents the overlapping of the signals. And then it reduces the effect of noise because if the message signal is always a low frequency signal, listen to me carefully, a message signal is very low frequency signal and the carrier signal is a high frequency signal. The low frequency signal travels less distance and it gets attenuated very easily. So with the help of the modulation, what we do is we take a higher frequency value so that it transfers longer distance so that the effect of the noise is reduced or very much decreased. So these are the need for the modulation as well as the advantages of the modulation.